Well, it's good to be back for another year of the NPL Northern New South Wales in 2020. Let the roller coaster ride begin. Damien Smith, we are back from hibernation.
And I can't believe we're back. They want us back on air, but we must be good, so we're back.
We must be good, James.
And it's been a great long season, so...
You're talking us up there. Now, we're going to preview every club, and also this year's match, something to look forward to. McBreen's mini putt coming in the next few weeks, and also a bloke called CT. He's overseas, which is pretty standard, and we're going to bring him in now. CT, you out there?
Yeah, I sure am, boys. I'm here in sunny Scotland, not so sunny, Pitlochry to be exact. Beautiful part of the planet.
Yeah, CT, and while we've got you here on the show, some sad news in the off-season with the passing of Gary Rowe.
Yeah, look, guys, I'm going to speak on behalf of all of the football community here, not just the guys here at Bar TV, but look, a huge loss, and it's been pretty tough, especially being away. But Smudge, Bart, everyone at the football community will join me in mourning the loss of a great man and someone that we've had a lot of fun with, and who has brought so much to so many people, given so many opportunities to young footballers, mentored them, been a part of their lives, and just a bigger part of the footballer that he was. It wasn't just that, he was their best mate as well. And Smudge, I'm sure you've worked with him, you know him well. He was my assistant coach at Lakes, West Wallsend, and now, formerly just recently at Maitland. A huge loss to our local community.
Yeah, I agree, CT. And the thing is, I work with him as well at John Hunter, and I seen him the day before he passed, and we're talking about Maitland and how much he's looking forward to being with Bolchi and at Maitland, and I attended his funeral. There was quite a few hundred people there, all in their soccer jerseys and celebrating his life. It was a lovely ceremony. However, one thing he said to me, he said he just kept bragging about Liverpool winning the championship this year, and unfortunately won't get to see that. So, yeah, very, very sad loss, and we wish their family the best.
Yeah, look, we know he loves his football, he loves his family, he loves his friends, and there's just no words can describe how everyone's feeling. And I just want to put this one first and foremost before the show and the season, because he will not be forgotten.
Definitely. Thanks for your words, CT, and all thoughts to his family and friends as well.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get into the first team on our season preview. We're going to go from their positions last year, run through each team in the comp. First cab off the rank is Adamstown Rosebud. They've got a few good signings this year. They've brought in Tristan Esquillant from Western, Louis Townsend from Maitland, Tyson Cummings also from Magic, and Shane Cansdale Sheriff. He's playing this year, Smudge. Will it improve them?
I seen him play 2 years ago when he was at Maitland, and he was superb, and I thought he should have played last year. He's young enough, he's fit enough, and he's going to be a massive addition to Adamstown, and they will improve, and they will not come last this coming season. I think they'll push around the top 6.
CT, your thoughts?
Yeah, look, the inclusion of Townsend from Maitland is an interesting one, and he could be quite a key. And yeah, you're right. Their coach coming into play is certainly a big move and a show of force that they're ready to play. So yeah, I agree. I don't think that they'll finish at the bottom end, but there's some serious competition out there, and they're going to have a big year. There's no doubt, but they've got plenty of competition.
Well, stay with us, CT, because Valentine Phoenix, one of your favourite clubs, they have brought in some big signings. Adam Hughes, Danny Ireland, and one of your very favourites, Alex Reid as well. Are they going to make the finals?
Look, with Hay, with Bailey, you've already rattled off enough names for me to say they're going to be in the top 4. If they don't, that'll disappoint. They're the bolters for me for sure this year. They've really done it tough over the last couple, but this year with these amount of players and the coaching staff they've got on board now include Hughes, tough to hold out.
Well, that's good news, Smudge. If Valentine make the top 4, it's a good thing. It is a top 5 this year, so that gives them one place.
One place, yeah. They'll definitely improve from last year. However, it depends if they, on paper, they've got great names on the top 11. However, it just depends on if Sills can get the right combinations happening and they can stay fit. They will definitely push for that top 5, top 4 spot, maybe top 3 spot. However, I think it's a lot of competition out there, and it's going to be tough for them as well.
Yeah, Darren Sills along with this man, Sam Griffin, who I caught up with in the pre-season. Sam Griffin, Valentine, big changes this year. A lot of players coming in, a lot of players going out. You excited to see the new blood this year?
Excited is the absolute right word for that. brought in a few ex-professionals who have just raised the bar significantly, and everyone's gone with it. The quality's there, and there's a bit of an expectation from the club for success, but also the players themselves. So it's a good time to be at Valentine.
Is that because last year it wasn't a great season? Have the club decided to put more money into the first grade squad this year? Is that fair to say?
I think it's a focus on success. I think there's a lot of things. Money's obviously part of it, but there's a lot of things that have to happen for success to happen. And bringing the players in that we've got, obviously Adam Hughes, just coming from a professional environment, has helped that. And we're going to tap into his knowledge, and everything he can bring along. Is exciting for everyone.
How do you bring all those great pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together to make one hell of an artwork?
I'm a terrible artist, so that's I'm going to have to stay out of that. But I think it's just getting to know people, which is an exciting part of the game that we're in. You find out what they like, what they're good at, what their strengths are, and just try and make it all point in the same direction.
Tell me, obviously you mentioned Adam Hughes, Danny Ireland as well in goals, Alex Reid too. Who has impressed you most, or who are you looking forward to seeing get out there on the pitch in round one?
I think possibly one of the most exciting things for me is, with all these professionals that we've brought in, a standout has been a young Valentine Junior that's come back to the club in Harry Lane. He's been just absolutely dynamic. He's one of the ones who has raised the bar as much as anyone else. So I cannot wait for him to have a really big year.
Now just take your eyes off Valentine for 1 second if you can, and tell us other clubs in the league, who are you most wary of?
I think you look at the obvious ones in Maitland that won it last year, and Edgeworth obviously, but there's always a team that's going to surprise you. Western did it last year, and I don't think they will fall very far. I think there's just too many good players in too many teams to write anyone off. But hopefully Valentine is one to watch.
And just finally, what is the key you'd put down for Valentine this year for success?
Consistency. If we can put the same group of people together that understand what each other's roles are and what we expect from them, we'll get the results.
Perfect. Good luck, Sam.
Good on you, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Yeah, big season ahead for Valentine, looking to break that finals drought, which lasts back to 2010. Another side looking to break a big finals drought is Lake Macquarie. They last made the finals in 2011 when they finished second. CT, you were the coach then. Josh Rufo is the new coach for them this season. Is he able to turn the tide for the Roosters with a relatively inexperienced squad? He's brought in Chris Berlin, obviously plenty of experience there, but Reece Newton from Bell Swans, Cameron Tapp from Bell Swans, and Imam Akram from Ghana. So some exciting prospects there.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Look, one thing I can say about Lake Macquarie is that he's going to have plenty of support. He's certainly a new coach, is going to bring a lot of enthusiasm, and he'll be quite pumped to get his opportunity in the NPL. There's no doubt about that. So that goes to carry a long way. But what I could say is that there's some stiff opposition out there, and there's some great players in this competition. So whether he's got enough there in the arsenal to pull all of that off, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I'm seeing a tough year for Lakes. I probably think they're going to be down the bottom end of it. But look, for their sake, I'm hoping that they do well. And a coach who has got some runs on the board, by the way, he'll push them, and whatever he's got, he'll get the best out of them. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for Josh Rufo. However, CT, I'm hearing rumours Sean Matthews is back at the tender age of 45, 46. He must be. So he's coming back to play for Lake Macquarie. But I think they're going to find it tough this year, and they're going to probably finish close to the bottom of the table.
Newcastle
Sean Matthews. Sean Matthews and I actually played together.
You just keep talking about Sean Matthews. That's all right. Keep going.
Sean Matthews, he is a player that when he started his career, I was finishing mine, so we actually played together, and it seems like he's been on this footballing scene forever. I call him Jaime out of Maxwell Smart. He's like the machine that just doesn't go away. As fit as anyone that you know. If he is fit and he can go, he's going to provide everything that Lakes need in the middle of the park or defensively.
All right, CT, just keep talking. Newcastle Olympic. Change of name, change of fortune though. 2017 was the last time they played finals, and that's too long for that club.
Yeah, these guys, every year I pick them, so I'm not doing it this year. They have underperformed, in my view, in the last few years, but this year, again, they've got another opportunity to go ahead. They've got some players, got a guy in from up the road here in Scotland from Ayr, and hopefully they'll do well.
Anthony Marengi is his name, Smudge. I've heard he's been pretty sharp at training. It's just his match fitness. Can he get that up?
Oh, he definitely can. I think Olympic's going to be... I'm not sure about Olympic because McGuinness likes to play this possession-based football, but I don't know if he's got the exact plays to do that, and that's where they get caught out, playing out from the back, pushing forward, and then they get caught on the counter. So I'm just unsure if he can adapt his playing style to the players he's got. If he can do that, they'll push for a semi-final spot. But looking at pre-season results, they haven't been going too well at the moment, but look out for him.
Third season in charge, they've got to make finals. They really do.
Definitely.
For Pete McGuinness. Graham Law is in his first season in charge at the also newly named, or they're going back to their old name, Charlestown Azzurri, which is good news for you and CT, Smudge, because you just called them Azzurri anyway.
Always have.
Tell me, Laurie, can he change things at Charlestown? Can they get back to the finals for the first time in 6 years?
Well, I think they're going to push for the finals. You know what? He's got a lot of big name players there. They're a sort of an aging sort of squad there as well. Depends if he keeps Goodchild on the park, Smith on the park, and a few of the others. But I don't know. If you can get the good blend of players, get the combinations going as well, keep players on the park, they'll definitely be fighting for a semi-final spot. But depends on a few things.
Well, Smudge, you were talking there about Scott Smith. There's another Smith that Graham Law has been very much impressed by. That's Riley Smith, former Jets youth man. CT is the young brigade that Graham Law has brought in to mix with these older boys, the Goodchilds and the Scotty Smiths, able to work in his favour in terms of a balanced squad.
Yeah, look, I love the blend of experience and youth that works for me as long as you get the combinations right. I like the way the older guys can manoeuvre the younger guys around the park. Particularly, they can do some extra leg work. I like the tactic from Law there. I think it's a good one. The other thing is that, I think you mentioned it, Smudge, but that maybe depth could be the issue. If you speak to Graham Law, he'll say, if you give me my first 11 on the park, we're highly competitive and we'll be in the end of it. Just depends on injuries for him. Historically, in the last 4 or 5 years, Azzurri have been hit by injuries, but if he can keep these guys fit, they're a real show. And he's been knocking on the door for an opportunity since he's been in Australia, which I think is probably close to 8-10 years. This is his chance, and we'll see what Graham Law's got this season.
We did, of course, have that time with Adamstown. He's been with Cookshill for the last little while, so he gets his shot back in the NPL, Graham Law. Now, another man who gets his shot in the NPL, Leo Burtos, replacing Q Yallians at Western Bears. Now, they've brought in Connor Hayden from Adamstown and Jared Sutherland from Hamilton. They're the two big signings for them. Aaron Nyankuru might play a little bit as well from Valentine. But if Connor Hayden can get himself going and Jared Sutherland, Western are going to be up there again. They were unfortunate last year probably to miss out because they played some lovely football.
We said many times on the commentary, the way they knocked the ball around, their movement off the ball was superb last year. The young players, however, I'd be interested how Burtos goes with the young boys up there. Q done a magnificent job. But they've got a good squad. The younger there's a few older heads there in Morris and Turnbull who can guide the younger guys around. So I think they'll be pushing around semi-final spot as well. It's going to be so tight.
CT, your thoughts?
Yeah, look, with Connor Hayden in particular, the weapon, I've named him in the past when I coached him at Maitland when he was a 17-year-old. He can go on fire, and any time he got the ball last year for Adamstown, he looked quite the goods and looked likely each time with a bit of service. Who knows what he's going to do? And Jared Sutherland, Smudge, what we both think about him. Great in the attacking third, makes really good decisions in and around the box, very calm. And if he has people running off him, Western could be something pretty special. You're right about Yalens last year. He did a great job, but Burtos, what a beautiful addition he is to the coaching staff, and a great person. Expecting big things from him as a coach. And Western, gosh, this competition is just getting tighter as it goes.
CT, I'm going to bypass Smudge on this one momentarily. Broadmeadow Magic, they've brought in Anthony Richards as head coach, replacing Ruben Zadkovich. Sam Walker, huge signing for them. But they have lost some big stars. Josh Piddington, a huge loss. Cal Bradbury, Mitch Oxborough as well. Justin Broadley, Christian Brymora. Is that going to cause them some headaches this year?
And I've heard they've lost bits as well just in the last week.
Well, there's some breaking news for you. CT, huge losses for Magic.
Okay, I didn't know about bits. Yeah, look, Broadmeadow Magic, one thing they have had is depth. Their 23 squad is strong. It's solid. They've got plenty in reserves. There's no doubt about that. A goalkeeping position, Smudge, I didn't know about that one. Bits, if he's out of the equation, depends who they bring in there. They're always going to be a force. They'll get a good keeper, I'm certain of that. Sam Walker, straight to the point. He has been scoring goals for Lake Macquarie without much service. Let's put it there, and has been leading goal scorer or player of the year in a side that's underperformed and been at the bottom of the table. Anything at his feet coming his way, I've got every faith in his ability to put things away. He knows where the bag is. He knows how it goes. His timing, his technique, and his perception of the game is of the highest order. So I expect that he's going to be a huge addition for Magic. They have lost some, but what a pick-up in Walker.
Can you never ask CT about Walker?
Oh, well, this is the issue this year, Smudge. You love Magic and CT loves Sam Walker. I'm just going to talk to you about service. You know when you go to a bistro and you've got to go up and order your meal yourself, that's probably similar to the service Sam was getting at Lake Macquarie. At Broadmeadow Magic, he's getting a Hatched restaurant quality service. Can he win the Golden Boot this year?
I'm unsure. I think Magic, let's go back a step for Magic. I think losing Bits, Pennington, Bradbury and Oxborough are massive losses for Magic. I'm slightly concerned. However, they'll be still hovering around that top 3 mark, I think, pushing for the premiership. Sam Walker's a great addition, but can he fit into that play of Magic? Okay, because they like to get the ball on the deck, play it around. He's sort of more running off into angles. So depending how they use him, and depending if Johnny Madge is in there, that you can bounce balls off and all that sort of stuff. So it's a tough test for Richo, I think, this year to work out how to use Sam Walker and his ability to score goals in a side which likes to hold the ball and just keep possession.
Time to move to the Edgeworth
One of
Eagles.
the things I'll say, Smudge.
Hang on, CT. Hang on, we're moving on to Edgeworth Eagles, CT. We're not talking about Sam Walker for the next 5 hours.
All right, let's move on.
Edgeworth Eagles, last year's grand final winners. Damien Zane and his troops will be filthy. They didn't win the premiership. They're disappointed about that last year. They've brought in Aiden Bryce, Mitch Hunter and Jeremy Judge from the Western New South Wales Mariners. So only just a few changes. Daniel McBreen, a big loss though.
Massive loss, McBreen. However, Cavalieri is back. Don Bazzari is back. I think Edgeworth will push for the minor premiership.
Push.
I think they're going to be stronger than last year. They came second last year. They're going to be stronger. All the young players have had another year experience. They are going to be one of definitely the sides to beat. I think they could even wrap up the minor.
The premiership.
The premiership.
CT, are they going to wrap up the premiership for you?
I think they will, but they're going to do it tough. Like there's going to be no easy games here. You're right, Smudge. They've got the players that Zane's brought in that's got some experience now, and he keeps bringing players through. That's the thing. So depending on how he blends those guys in with the ones that he's had, I agree. They're stronger than last year, and for me, they're the team to beat.
And these are their coach Damien Zane's thoughts on the season ahead. Damien Zane, grand final winners last year. Obviously this year you'll be looking to back that up again, but that pressure is going to be on you guys, but you're used to it, aren't you?
Yeah, no, for sure. We want the premiership back as well. But yeah, we were pretty happy with how the year panned out, and it was a pretty tough year, and it threw a lot of things at us, and we dealt with it. We had players emerge. So this year I think, if we can consolidate and build off it, I think we're going to be in for a decent year again.
And what is interesting is you guys won the grand final, but you probably ended the season disappointed because you didn't win the premiership. Is that fair?
Well, I don't know if we're disappointed grand final night, but well, we want to win everything. That's the club we are, and once the partying settled down, you look at the season and go, well, we had our chances. Credit to Maitland, they had a great season, and we looked at where we maybe could improve and where we went wrong at times. So, always trying to get better and, win trophies.
Tell me about this season. You've got Aiden Bryce coming back to the club from Melbourne. That's a big in. And also Mitch Hunter. He's formerly of the Jets youth and spent some time in the league with Adamstown and Lake. So tell me about those two and what they're going to add to the side.
height, first of all. But yeah, Brycey, all the players that go away, we want to come back to our club, and been lucky enough that they've wanted to, and they have. So he's come back a better player. So he's just going to add, I think he'll add a lot of talk, aggression, and quality to our team. Mitch, probably a surprise to a lot of people why we signed him, but he's had a fantastic pre-season. He fits into our team on and off the field perfectly, and I think people will see why we signed him at the end of the year.
Tell me your biggest threat this year in terms of opposition. Who are you looking out for in 2020?
I think you got to say Maitland. They look like they've strengthened. Lambton, Broadmeadow's always there, and it looks like the comp as a whole has improved. So, yeah, I think last year was showed that every game's getting tougher and tougher each year. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty decent competition.
Just finally, the key for you guys.
Key, well, you have to say it. Our defence, yeah, we build off it every year, and we look quite strong there again. So, yeah, we'll build off it, and I think our young attackers are starting to come of age a bit. So I expect them to be pretty entertaining to watch this year.
Perfect, Zany. Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Smudge, can they make a 6th consecutive grand final? That's just incredible.
They can. I think they can.
Amazing. Moving on, Lambton Jaffers. Now, I'm going to need my sheet of paper to run through these ins. Riley McNaughton, Jaden Barber, Mitch Oxborough, Matt Thompson, Cal Bradbury, Scott Pettit. Surely they have to be favourites, don't they?
What a side on paper. And Brent Hamill's back as well, I've been
told. And they've got Kandarovski as well in the midfield. Like the midfield, and then they've got Pawiak as well. And Finn Paris and Tom Waller.
Even last year, I thought Lambton were the best playing football team in the league. I love watching them play. This year they're going to be stronger. They have got a high quality side on the park. Can Pascoe, like we go back to combinations and the way he sets up the team, can he get the right combinations happening? If he can, they should go close as well to win the comp.
CT, the only problem for Lambton has been the pink pearl, which has attacked Arthur Eden Oval. I'm sorry if you're a horticulturalist and I've stuffed that up, but that's what I've been told. CT, your thoughts on the Jaffers?
Yeah, what a squad. You've mentioned all the names. I can't see why they're not going to be competitive at the end. They're going to push Edgeworth the whole way, and without a doubt, I think these guys, you're right, Smudge, if Pascoe gets their combination right, they're going to be hard to beat. So, yeah, looking forward to watching them play this year. They're good fun to watch, and they'll score plenty of goals. And defensively, led by Sessions, they're going to be strong at the back.
And he's brought in so many attacking players. They've lost Crowley, who's a quality player, but they've brought in so many attacking players. If they can shore up their back line, and they've got Ben Kennedy in goals, that is just such a quality side.
Yeah, so, enough said.
Yeah.
Maitland, Braden Crowley makes the switch from Lambton to Maitland. Obviously, you'd expect him to score a lot of goals. CT, do you think Maitland can go back-to-back in terms of the premiership?
Look, we've just spoken about Maitland. We've spoken about Lambton. We've spoken about Magic. Edgeworth.
Yep. We've spoken
and
about
now we get to Maitland.
I mean, it's the last club, Maitland.
I know. And how competitive is it? Bolcher's got a side here, and now he's got an attacking weapon, which in my opinion, has been the best we've seen in the last few years in Crowley. So I can't wait to watch Maitland play, and won't think anything but they're going to be pushing every side every week, and I expect a tinful from Crowley.
I agree, and I think between Maitland, Edgeworth, and Lambton, there's going to be a 3-horse race for the minor premiership, and I think Maitland will definitely be up there. It's just a matter of winning those games they're expected to win, and my tip is Braden Crowley win Player of the Year.
Yeah, I'm going to tip Valentine to make the finals.
Yeah.
Now, just for everyone out there wondering about this challenge we've been talking about, we went up to Cohiba Sports Club during the off-season with a few players, a player from each club, and they took part in McBreen's mini-putt. Daniel McBreen ran them through a series of holes, and you will see that across the season here on the weekly show. So, Smudge, unfortunately you got off the hook this year, and
thank
McBreen
God.
took over the challenge.
Hope he's done a good job.
We'll wait and see. That's coming up in the coming weeks. Before we leave, we're going to preview round 1 and we're going to give you our predictions for the season. First up, we're going to go premiers. Who's going to be your premier?
Edgeworth.
Yep, I'm going Edgeworth too. CT?
Really?
Yep.
You tell me before you say.
I'm going Edgeworth. CT, where are you going?
Yeah, I'd like to go somewhere different, but I just can't. I think Edgeworth is going to be right up there, pushed strongly by Maitland and Lambton.
Bolter. Where's your Bolter coming from, CT?
Look, I can't go past Edgeworth. Edgeworth. I can't go past Valentine. Valentine, they've recruited superbly, and the side they've got. I'm predicting if they're not in the top 4, they'll be very, very close to it, and they're going to believe themselves they'll win it. So, they're my Bolter.
Well, everyone's going to say Valentine because they brought in a number of players. But my Bolter will be... I'm unsure. I think it's going to be I reckon the top 6 or 7 is going to be so tight. I think the top 3 might sort of jump out a little bit. Then between 3 and, say, 7 and 8, it's going to be so tight. So I think Adamstown will ruffle a few feathers this year. I think they might take a few points off a few big squads.
Obviously, I've said Valentine Bolter, and I'm not copying you, Smudge, but I was going to say I think Adamstown will surprise. I think Adamstown will surprise. Cairnsville Sheriff in the heart of defence is big for them.